Conscious Whispers. So last time we covered the page on belief, and this time we're going to cover RNA and DNA. Life is like a game of snakes and ladders, and that game is happening inside of us all of the time in the form of our RNA and DNA. RNA, when two strands come together, they combine and become DNA. Hence the snakes and ladders that is happening on this page. And interestingly, what I'd had written down for this page is this: RNA and DNA, snakes and ladders, the internal biological game of our cells. RNA is single-stranded like a snake. DNA is composed of two RNAs to form a spiral ladder. As you slide down RNA, you begin something new, from a place of experience and wisdom. DNA is the building block inside of you, which lifts you up to your next steps. It's all happening for you. This bizarre game that we're all playing on this planet is happening for each of us. And I know some of you will be in certain situations where you're like, that's just ridiculous. This, what I'm going through, can't be happening for me. I hear you. I used to think the same at times. And all I can say is we each come to different levels, and there's nothing that comes to us in our lives which isn't happening for us, for us to grow our wisdom, our experience, for us to be able to handle, for us to grow from. We've each been put in a soil which is designed for our highest growth. So if you watch video 1, you'll know that when I'm colouring these pages, I'm not thinking of a plan beforehand of this is how the colours need to be. I'm going straight into play. What does that mean? It means I'm just not thinking. I'm just in the act of doing. And whatever happens, however it comes out, is exactly how it's meant to be. And sometimes I find myself, when I'm going to the colours, I see myself sometimes second guessing myself. But coming out of the mind and into play, which is perfect for this page, where I'm inviting you to come away from all those expectations that others have put on you, that you may have even put on yourself. Because all these things, they only help us to feel weaker, less valid. And I'm inviting you to validate yourself, to say, yeah, it's okay if I've picked this colour and not gone with a theme which other people would expect me to go with. Why are you choosing those colours? No reason. Just what feels right now. And if you don't know, I'm using Prismacolors. The book that I'm colouring at the moment is a book that I've designed and had self-published and printed, and it's called Conscious Whispers. It is available on my website, which is so beautifully designed. And you can buy book 1, or you can buy book 2, or you can buy the bundle and get a discount. Choice is yours. Question is, am I being called to do a different colour now? And I think I am. Never any judgment. Life is a game, and being okay, being in the flow of that game, that's on us. That is part of our responsibility, part of our journey. Let's go for this one. I pre-sharpened all my pencils today. Save me a bit of time. Where in the game of your life are you? Are you on the easy levels where life is flowing? It's so fun, it's all happening really fast. Or are you close to the boss levels where you're like, why on earth is this happening to me right now? Why on earth is this happening to me right now? Which level are you on in your game? And how are you flowing through it? What tools are you using to help you, guide you, grow your soul? Sometimes as I'm colouring, I forget where I am and I really just start to flow into the experience, and I'm having to remind myself I've got a camera rolling here too. Interesting partnership of colours here. I'm going to add a bit more of the purple. And I'm feeling like there's going to be one more pair, so we'll do an orange and we'll go for this yellow. How you go through the game we call life, that's something we can choose. What challenges come to us, I don't think we have any control over, and I think we all know that. There is no control over what we are meant to grow through. How we grow through it, that is our choice. Do you want to go through life as a victim? Do you want to go through life as a warrior? The difference is the warrior knows that even though this life is hard, it is willing to go through the journey, the steps, in order for it to grow its heart. And it's not easy being a warrior, but it's so worth it. How do you become a warrior? So a warrior is someone who says, I know this is hard, I know this is tough, and right now I feel so crippled by my experience. But at the same time, if I'm able to get up, if I'm able to move, if I'm able to grow, what is the best that can happen? We take a few steps, and on the way, my belief is, and my experience is, you get protected, guided, supported, and that will come in the way or form of human angels, miracles that you're unable to explain to others, visions, dreams. So much support comes in, and often from unexpected sources. Life is a game, and you're playing on the level that's going to grow you forward to your destiny. It's going to open your heart up to miracles if you let it. It's going to open your heart up to people who you've secretly been asking for praying for. It's also going to allow you to get rid of those in your life who aren't helping you, who aren't supporting you. And we've got to be okay with that too. Quite like that one. Let's go for that one didn't get sharpened. RNA and DNA, the making and breaking of you. Interestingly, when I drew this, I accidentally, or maybe on purpose, or maybe subconsciously, ended up creating a grid which was 42, which happens to be my current age. At the time of slowly putting this book together, I initially didn't realize that the book was my journey, my own personal journey of courage, stepping into myself. And I always wanted to be able to share things that I've experienced with others so that they can have their own miracles, their own experiences. And I had no idea, as I said, that the book was filled with my experiences until I started seeing little clues. And it really expanded my heart when I started to see the truth of what this book was coming to be. And I don't think I fully know yet. And this is why I've decided to live record my colouring, because there's another reason to this, and that is to help me uncode some of the secrets in this book. I know that every time that I'll colour in, I'm going to receive my own healing, and through that it will be live, it will be real, and it will be miraculous. It's interesting, as I'm colouring in this, I'm avoiding looking at the age 13. 13 was an age where I went through a lot of bullying at school, and there was one point where I'd even had one person who'd even apologised to me if they said if they had been a bully to me, and I must have blocked it out so much I didn't even remember. And later that same person was creating some bullying again, and I thought, this is really interesting. But you get to a point where other people's hurt, you don't allow it to be yours. We never know what other people are going through. Doesn't mean they get to be mean to us. Just means you don't have to have them as part of your life, your circle. You never have to let them in ever again. And that's how you get to be kind to yourself, by respecting you don't need them. It's strange when you go on a healing journey and you start to feel compassion for people that have hurt you. That's when you know that you're in a different place in your life, a really honourable place. When you start having compassion for those who tried to hurt you, that's powerful. And the great thing is, no one can come and take that away from you. The healing you do, that's yours. You get to own it for life. It's yours. It's always worth being on a healing journey. And all that healing journey, what it means to me is that you've gone deeper into your own heart. Doesn't mean there's anything in particular you have to do, any courses, any rituals, any treatments. No. Just means you've accessed the deepest points of your heart, and you see things in a really beautiful way. You see it in the form of oneness. You see it in the form of compassion. You see it in the form of, it's not me. And yet everything is just one. The nice thing about doing this like this live is I have no idea what I'm going to say, what's going to come through, and why. No idea. And there's a freedom in that, in not having to know. Quite like this green combination. I want to use that here. Interesting, because now I've seen the number 20 and it's making me think through. I think at this point I was going through different relationships at university and with myself. So lost. I was really questioning whether I wanted to be a dentist too, but I think that came more at 21. I kept seeing myself having a spa, owning a spa, where people just come to relax and heal. Who knows? That dream may still come true. You never know. 20. Gosh, 20-year-old me was so different to 42-year-old me. 20-year-old me, she used to see spirits. Yeah, talking about that now in this video. She used to see figures, they used to flash before her eyes. And 20-year-old me had no one to talk to about any of this. I was scared, lost. I used to feel like I was so alone in the world at times. And you know, you're constantly trying to fit in, and yet you can't. There's only so much fitting in you can actually do, but you feel it in yourself, like, this isn't me. I'm not connecting to this way of life. 20-year-old me, she was young and makes me smile. She does. That's the thing about innocence. Let's do the blue here. 18-year-old me. Just finished my A-levels. I actually didn't know if I was going to get into university because I didn't get the grades that I needed for dentistry. I didn't get the A's that I needed. I had 3 B's, and I remember crying my eyes out, like, what am I going to do now? And I remember calling up the university, and I had to wait a week because they were waiting for the results from the A-levels that had taken place in Ireland, because their results came out later. Every day I'm calling up and they said, you know, we'll let you know in a week, but I don't know, so scared I rang every day. And at one point I said, is it worth me just looking at another course? And the person I spoke to said, well, yeah, if you want to look at another course you can, and then we can take you off our list, our waiting list. And all these courses were being taken up, and I just didn't know if I was going to end up at university or not that year. And then I took a risk on myself. I said, no, I'll continue to wait and see what happens. So that week went by, and I rang up and they said, well, you got 3 B's and we really liked you on your interview, so we're going to offer you an unconditional place for the following year, which meant I was meant to take a year out. So I ended up getting a job at a retail store, and 2 weeks into that job the university rang and they said, actually, we've had someone drop out of the course, which is crazy. We've had someone drop out of the course. Would you like to come this year? And I remember going to my dad. Dad, they want me to go to the university. He goes, okay, let's pack your stuff and go. I said, Dad, I don't have anywhere to stay. Oh, can't they sort that out for you? Like, let me drive you now. Dad, I don't have anywhere to stay. We have to sort out accommodation first. So then, yeah, within a few days, off I was there to Liverpool. That was a really bad Liverpool accent just there. I have done better ones. That was not a good one. And yeah, here I am back at 21 now on this page. And yeah, Liverpool was definitely a changing point in my life. Definitely had different spiritual experiences there. Definitely. Age 15. Ugh, coming up to GCSEs. I hated secondary school. Hated it. I used to go through school thinking, I am going to work hard so I can make lots of money, and all these people that have bullied me, they're going to work under me, and that will teach them. And this is why I'm going to work hard, because I'm going to be a boss lady, and I will show each of them. Yeah. It made me work hard, I tell you, because I was like, they're not going to get the better of me. And I didn't let them. What are they each doing now in their lives? That's between them and their God, I guess. "33. Oh God, married. Second time round. Because one wasn't enough for me to learn my lessons. Nope. One was not enough. I'm 41. Ugh, when I was 3. How interesting. I don't even know like why I've combined some of these. But I said 41 where I was 3. But really 42. This age now, this is where I really feel I'm coming into myself. I feel like my life has just begun. And I genuinely couldn't feel happier for it. Yeah, the 41 makes sense. "38 to 22. Why have I done it so multicoloured? I don't know. Or maybe I do. 22, 27, 34, 35, 38. I think this is where a lot of healing was really starting to take place. Interesting. Page 4. I loved preschool. I remember playing on bikes. Not my own bike, my BMX. I loved my red BMX. But even at the nurseries, and I remember the teacher once saying, Reena, do you think we should let other people have a go on the bike? And I remember thinking, and I might have even turned around and said no. I saw it as mine. I loved that bike. I feel like going multicoloured on this one. It's just feelings. No right or wrong, just feeling into. I never thought this page would be about seeing your life map, because I always just saw it as a game, but I never thought colouring it I would be reflecting on my past and sharing that with everyone. One thing I've come to practice and to be better sitting in is being comfortable in my own skin, being comfortable just being me, being comfortable and loving to that energy. It's interesting as I'm on number 8, like it's sending a strange energy down me. I don't know for sure what that's about. What I will do for my own healing journey is I make space for myself, and when I'm making space for myself, I'll take time out to sit in my feelings and check in with where they're at. And through that, I really get to grow myself, see myself, acknowledge how far I've come to. And when I'm sitting through my feelings, I allow it to hit me like waves. So I'll be sitting and, you sit where you feel good, where you feel comfortable, where you feel safe. If you want to put music on, make it your thing. Me, I rarely use music. I'll just sit in the silence of it because I really want to feel the feeling so that I can not only just move with it like waves, but then I get to feel the truth of it in my heart. And a lot of the times that will just mean a lot of tears that I allow to shed, because these tears, they're sitting in our bodies as pain, as hurt, as tight muscles. And so every time I've had a good cry, I know something somewhere in my body has just unlocked and released. And it's not holding that heavy emotion anymore. So giving myself space to be me. That's one of the things I encourage people to do if they have sessions with me, to practice sitting with where they are. And I'll always offer the chance to have me sitting with them on a virtual call. And if they attempt this by themselves, to know that I will support them, that they can reach out, let me know where they're struggling. And if it feels right in the energy, then we may reconnect. Sitting here doing this is making me reevaluate my timeline. Huge. And you'll notice I'm not moving in. I'm gonna put these away as I'm talking. I'm not using energy to stress myself out, to say, oh my god, there's so much to colour in here. Just allowing myself to really be present in the experience of it all. Might go for gold and silver for the numbers. Let's start off with gold. Shall I just do them in gold actually? In my head I'm counting up the numbers. In the last video, I'm just listening to my head. In the last video, I was watching myself doing the colouring. I could see me lifting the shoulder up, and it's because I'm in a little bit of poor posture here as I'm doing these videos, because I'm also mindful of the camera that's on the colouring page. And I used to do this as a dentist as well. I would neglect my posture for the patient that would be in the chair, and I'm still paying for that. And I'm using things like swimming, personal training, massages to help me improve and correct all of that. Oh, 18, that one's hit me. I suppose 18 was the year when, I got to live away and experience myself outside of home, and to grow up in a different way. Meeting some people who've become friends for life, and reconnecting with people who, they weren't close friends of mine there, but, there's one person and she's one of the closest friends I have now. And there was no way at uni I would have ever thought that connection was going to happen. And you never know who you're going to connect with and why. One of the things I will say is I don't regret anything, any experience that I've had in my life, no matter how horrific. And the reason I say that is because everything comes with a gift. Everything comes with a blessing. And at the time when you're going through it and you're growing through it, it feels like, why me? Why? Why would this happen to me? I was a good person, I've got a good heart, and all the above. And when the storm clears and you see the growth that it's left behind, it humbles your heart. And there's a voice in your head that says, never again. I never want to go through this again. And that's why I would say learn your lessons. Learn them. Learn them as they come. Thank God for them. But thank you, universe. I know some people get triggered by the word God. That's okay. You choose your words. And be okay with me choosing mine. I love the word God. For me, it just connects me to everything. The paper, the crayons, pencils, the ink, people that have supported me, the divine energy that they bring forward too, in order to make this day happen. The people that created the cameras in order for me to be able to film everything here. Everything is just divine. So divine, so blessed. I love how 34 is just disappearing. I know, that's interesting. 34, what happened at 34? I was married to my second husband. Probably, that was probably the year when I was told I don't want kids, and it was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking open. Heartbreaking open. I'm aware of my own words. My heart broke open because I really knew I wanted kids. And I have faith. I do. I know God tests patience and God tests our faith. My faith is there. I believe. I believe. "38. Certain numbers are really coming out to me in this experience. Certain ages. It's okay to take a sigh, a deep breath. When you come to something uncomfortable, breathe. Stop putting it under a rug, because there is no rug. There's a magic carpet, and when that magic carpet lifts up and takes flight, everything you put under it is going to be there on display, on show, anyway. So feel your feelings and heal. You hid them there because you didn't want to feel them. And then you take drugs, alcohol, and go through other experiences because you still want to avoid that. And you don't have to feel the feelings alone. You can gain support from where your heart calls you to. Listen to your heart. I think silver might be too much here. So I'm going to trust myself. Now, this one's going to be interesting. How are we going to do this, Reena? Let's see. This paper is actually really nice to colour on. Everything is just gliding through. It's interesting, a voice in my head just said stop with the yellow on this number, as in don't go further up. So I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen to myself, the inner divine wisdom, and see what happens to this very multicolour page, which surprisingly has every number that I'm currently had experienced, and 42 I am experiencing. Oh, that was interesting. I just got the colour for 42, which was the silver, and this is the only one that will be silver. And then I heard the words, from here we begin. I have no idea what that means. I lie, I do know what that means. To some respect. I just got told actually I don't know what that means, which gets a bit interesting because I have no idea what universe will have in store for me. I have some glimpses, not everything, but that's the part that makes it exciting. There's nothing pre-planned when I do these videos, not the colours, not the words. The only thing I've pre-planned is doing the pages, I say, in order. Let's see, whatever energy decides. If your energy is speaking and it's not speaking in love, it's not speaking lovingly, it's not speaking in a way that's healing, then I invite you to ignore what your energy is saying, because anything that can pass through your heart and from your lips, pass it through your heart first, the gate of your heart, and then if it can pass through your lips, then it can only be through love, compassion and divinity. Anything else, it's not yours, and you get to ask for that to be removed. That's our only job, is to ask. Ask and ye shall receive. So ask. What is that, Reena? I don't know. I saw it in my mind's eye on the paper and I had to bring it out. I have no idea why. No idea. There were different times where part of my energy would have shouted at me, "Stop, you're ruining the page." But I stopped believing that energy a long time ago. Now my energy just says trust, trust, trust. What colour now? Oh, sweet 16. Don't think I really. Oh, I do remember my 16th. Do I? I don't think I do actually. Probably had an exam. I think I did have an exam on that day. The mood's a bit more somber today. I think a lot of reflections happening on this page. Also, been through many experiences recently. So it's nice to just come in and relax and do my own journey. People won't always appreciate you, and you get to be okay for that, with that. And then you get people who just love and adore you, and you get to cherish and bloom in that too. But the main thing is, are you cherishing and adoring yourself on your life journey, in the game of your life, when you're crossing through different levels of different complexity? Who are you being to yourself? Are you being a motivator? Or are you helping in deflating your own energy? It's interesting how every time I experience these pages, I do end up going through my own healing. Even when I was doing the sketches for all of these, and I've done painted versions, putting them on Adobe Illustrator. Every time I was journeying through something, and it's a different level each time. What you may go through is going to be individual for you, and visions you have, dreams you have, individual for you. 37. This one made me feel a bit emotional. 37. 37. Is that? So we're in 2025 now. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. 2020. I was 37 in 2020. Yeah, that was a tough year in my relationship with myself and with my ex. That was a really tough year. They were all tough years, actually. All tough years. But, as I say, I was broken open. Broken open. Another pink. Oui. Another pink. You can see how smooth the paper is for the colouring. Oh no, I went over the line. The world must be ending. Not. It's fine. You're allowed to colour over the line. You're allowed to colour. You're allowed to colour however you need to colour. Everything is in divine perfection. I still can't believe I'm going for my own healing, colouring this. Puzzles me. Not puzzles me, just comes unexpected. And that's healings for you. Just, they are what they're meant to be. Always. In every way. It's interesting. Some of these colours I don't feel like I need to use again. Trust the process when you're colouring. Leave your thinking mind. Just go into play. Go into real experience. Go to where child you had the most fun. If it wasn't a year, maybe a moment captured, that captured your heart. Move in there. If my face looks sad, I'm just healing live and processing. So I'm not sad, I'm just in a deep reflection, and I'm moving, shifting energy, respecting the gifts of the different ages, the blessings of my different versions of me that came before me. You know, if this was a Netflix series, that means I would have had 42 seasons. And every season had a different energy, a different plot line, a different story, different characters. Some characters came back, were resurrected, and others I always promised myself I would never be or pretend that healing is something that it isn't, which means I'm not going to pretend that when I go through my own healing that it's all angels and fairies. It really isn't. It's a lot of self-reflecting. It can be a lot of tears. It can be a lot of processing. I don't want to pretend ever that I have everything figured out. I don't. I work one day to the next. I have structure that my mind wants to work too, and sometimes I excel at that structure, and other times I don't tick off a single thing because the universe had different plans for me that day. And that's okay. I don't get angry about these things. I go to acceptance and flow and movement. It's not that I never get angry. I do get angry. I do get stressed. But I don't let it take over. I don't let it take over me. Move in your truth. Honor your feelings. Honor your growth. Are you willing to look back at things that you have achieved? These are yours. No one can come and take these away from you. Yeah, physical things come and go, but your heart, your memories, your visions, your dreams, they can become distorted, they can become masked, they can be blurry, but they're still yours, and it's all still possible. There are people out there who have created platforms where they speak of their journeys and how their hearts have excelled despite the journey. Anything is possible. Anything. And the question I just had in my heart just then was, am I speaking to you when I'm doing these videos? Or am I just speaking to myself? And is it not just the same thing? Do 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 do. Trippy. I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, Reena, you're meant to be selling these books. And here I am with a sad face, going, oh, I'm going through a life healing. It's worth it. Still so worth it. This number was calling me. 36. If you have any questions you want to ask me, feel free to write it in the comments. And let's see. I really don't know of anyone in history who had it easy when going through their healing journey. I don't know anyone who was just like, yeah, this is so easy. Oop. No, it's not, it's so easy. It's, this is so real. So real. I know this is for number 8. Now I know why I sharpened all the pencils beforehand. I didn't realise I was actually going to be using practically so many of these colours. I do quite like this colour. I wonder what my RNA and DNA are doing in this moment in my body as I'm unravelling in my mind my life. You know, is it unravelling too? Is my DNA moving into RNA so that it can regrow itself into a different version of me as I'm processing, clearing, healing a different level of me? You're never not in the game of life, never not playing, never not leveling up. Just because you're not conscious of it doesn't mean it's not happening. Oh, I was in New York with my younger brother for my 30th, and I booked this restaurant called Per Se as a taster menu, very expensive taster menu. Oh my god, the food was so good. And interestingly, the person who was serving us, he was actually from Liverpool. I remember that. And he asked us if we wanted to pay for the caviar, and I was like, no, because, you know, the meal's already so expensive as it is. And then he later came, was it the caviar? No, I think it was the truffle. And he later came, and because he knew it was my birthday that we'd come for, he came and gave us complimentary truffle. Oh, that was nice. It's nice to be treated well on your birthday. I won't tell you what my second husband used to say to me on mine. Save that for another occasion. Anyway, we're all going through our journey. I don't send out any hate in any direction to anyone. Everyone's going through their own healing and processing their own pain in their own way. So God bless everyone who's crossed paths with me. God bless me for crossing paths with them too. suppose that's my way of saying love and light. God bless you. God bless you. God bless me. It's because of every flavour that I've experienced in this life that I am where I am today. So how can I not be grateful for every single soul, every single one? Now I felt a shift in my own energy. It's very somber before, and it feels like it's perking up and healing. It's the power of letting go, being free, power of colouring, power of coming back to childlike you in the wonder. You know, we used to forgive so easy when we were kids. You know, oh, they took my toy. And within minutes, come and play this with me. And now it's like, you took this from me and I've cut you out of my life for good. It's a different level of game, different level of love, different level of forgiveness, different level of heart being played in our different levels of life. Is it working for you or against you? Only you know. I'm not here to tell you anything. Just here showing you my own process. Whatever happens for you after this, that's up to you. Whatever happens for me after this, that's up to God. It's interesting because where I felt low and heavy earlier, now I'm feeling like this lightness, but it's come with strength, not with rage, strength, real strength, composure. And I've got this energy. And this has all happened within, what, an hour and a half? Hmm. 27. Where was I at 27? Liverpool? Maybe. I definitely divorced from my first ex-husband. I said I was feeling strong, and then I came to 23, and it was like, oh, universe is, you know, playing with me now on this live recording. It's like, got everything, have you? Feeling strong, are you? Okay, good, because we're going to get you to process this one again. Age 23. Oh boy. Age 23, the year. No, I just sucked that in just then. The year my cousin committed suicide. That was a tough one. I went through a lot that year in terms of my spiritual experiences as well. Getting drunk because I couldn't cope, and then realizing that alcohol's not helping, it's actually making everything 100 times worse. Felt so lost. I didn't know what the gifts were that I had. I didn't know what to do with them, how to use them. I didn't understand any of my calling. That's why I like to help others on their journeys, because I understand. I really do. Not from a place of, oh, I know it all. No, it's a place of, I felt that experience. I went through it. I went through it different to you, but I can have real compassion for you. So I used to like school until I turned 11 and I went into secondary school. Then I hated school with a passion. Just wanted to be out. I knew how to do exams, so I did well at school. I knew how to do my homework. Even though I didn't actually understand any of it, I knew how to memorize things as if my life depended on it, but I understood nothing. I knew how to practice things so that it became cellular inside of me, because I knew if I just got high grades, I could do anything I wanted in my life and be free from the pain and the suffering. That's what I told myself. And then I decided to suffer some more and become a dentist. Life is but a dream. Feel like a dark colour. Oh, let's go for black. Reena, black. Yeah. I don't know where this is going. 32. Oh, interesting. Guess who I was married to at this point? My second ex-husband. How interesting that that broke at that point. The most testing relationship I've ever encountered. And it grew me beyond my own expectations. So the gratitude I have for that relationship won't make sense to people, shouldn't make sense, but this was what allowed me to move out of dentistry and into the holistic world, into myself is what I should say. It gave me space. And how interesting that there's so much space at 32 in this. Like I said, when I drew this, I really on purpose wasn't overthinking any of the ages. When I was drawing this, when I was sketching this, none of this came into my mind. It's only now that I'm reflecting on the ages of everything, and feel like I'm traveling up and down the timelines. Can't believe I actually went for black. It's quite enjoyable. Oh, I feel like I'm actually going to use this in definitely one other place, and I just saw the number. And this too was a huge turning point in my life. 7. Everything just felt like it changed in that moment. I had past life memories start to really flood through that weren't nice for me, and they haunted me up until my late 30s, even probably into 40, 41. Regret nothing in your life. It's growing you and it's showing you. And having the ability to see with awareness. It's such a powerful, powerful way to be, way to live. I just felt like something move in my intestine as I said that. Probably healing something from age 7, the shifts. I just heard the energy say yeah. Oh, the 24. Okay. What happened? Oh. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. What happened at 24, Reena? Oh. Is it at 24? Pretty sure. Not at 24. At 24 I got engaged. I was engaged. And there was so much inside of me that said, don't do it. Don't do it. And I refused to listen. But again, grateful for everything. All my life experiences, all the relationships I've had. Grateful for all of them. They all brought me closer to God. They really did. So why would I not be grateful? Life will teach you what you need. Life will give you the tools that you need. Just like in any computer game, when you're playing the different levels, some of the levels you pick up a tool that you'll need going forward. This is life. It gives you what it needs to play the game. And if we're all in this game, let's just play it. Oh, Reena, you've coloured over the DNA. Oh well. Really not a big deal. Somewhere, somehow, perfection, divinity is all happening right now. And I always say to myself, the only person I need to face every day is God. "14. Let's go." I thought we stopped with the black. Clearly not. At age 14, I was in that first year of GCSEs, where you're doing your GCSEs. So towards the end of that year, I'm turning 14. And I remember creating this amazing picture, which it gave me the energy of Adam and Eve. It was a snake going round a champagne glass up to the forbidden fruit. I had an apple and grapes and banana in that wine glass where this snake was coiling around. And years later, when I look at that picture, I don't have the original. The original was in pencil. It was stunning, stunning, that picture. I don't have that one. And I feel like at 14, it was almost like the first time I was expressing myself through pictures and potentially even tapping into Kundalini energy, which I wouldn't have known what that was. There wasn't anything out there to probe me to that. The only thing I would relate a snake to at that point would have been the Adam and Eve story, Shiva, Vishnu, and some of these mythologies. Otherwise, and maybe some snake movies that I watched back in the day, good old Bollywood. But yeah, interesting time. Feeling the dark purple. On this page, okay, trust the process. That's why I keep telling everyone else, trust the process. So here we go. Oh, this video is coming up to 2 hours. Oh no. Well, at least I'm giving people an indication of how long it might take to colour in each page. I guess. Almost finishing my GCSEs at this point, and being free of a secondary school through which I went through tremendous bullying. I still came out awesome. So the joke's on you. Nope, love and light to everyone. God bless you. God bless you. I really do have to practice being in the loving energy, but anyone who's been through bullying, I know you understand. If you're a bully, it's okay, you can apologise. Truth sets us free. See, I did experience my truth. The fact that, didn't enjoy being bullied, but I still love God enough to respect that we're all His children. Everyone's doing their best, and some people would take out their home situations on other people. So that's what I'm putting your bullying down to. The fact that you probably had really bad home situations, and for that, God bless you. And I'm going to ask God in love to bless you with healings for anything horrendous that you've gone through. Doesn't mean I have to do any healings for any of them. I just ask God to do that. $29. Nope. Green. Let's go. I showed a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, one of the first lives I did back in 22, and we were laughing watching it because of some of the things I was saying. And she said, "You're just a one-man show, aren't you?" It's like, seems that way sometimes. Just busy chatting away to myself. I know it looks that way, that I'm chatting to myself, but I don't see it that way. I don't feel it that way in the energy. I feel like somewhere the right person is hearing something in the words that will move their energy towards healing. And I don't have any claim to someone else's healing. That's theirs. That's their right to grow through that, go through that. How you colour the page is going to tell your own story. It's going to tell a story of you, your growth, your journey, your emotions. I'm so excited for others to experience too. So excited. Feeling a bit of orange. Here. Okay, trust the process. And remember, I'm not here to teach you colouring. I'm here showing you that it's okay to let go. I'm here to show you that healing can happen it can happen anywhere. It can happen in a moment. It can happen over many moments. And be okay with it all. Like, even while I'm colouring this yellow in, there's so many other pigments that I'm mixing with this yellow, and it's, you know, people would get upset over this. Oh no, it's ruining the page. Is it though? Or is it a reflection of something that represents that number, that age for you? I quite like the mystery of it all. The year I met my teacher, I'm trying to think, I was 30. I turned 30 or 31. Must have been 30. Yeah, I was 30. Right. Oh, this is a pretty colour. Okay, you chose me. Let the order be what the order is. Let the colours be what the colours are. Just be in the flow, in the play, and let it all go. And who's to say that everything wasn't happening to you, but it was always happening for you? Who's to say? And my phone stopped, battery went, so I'm gonna have to charge my phone, take a picture, and goodbye from me. I think 2 hours is more than enough. Take care.